Good day, everyone. Welcome to Blacklogic. What is a tether? A lot of people been saying this term, and we have yet to truly define it. Of course, it's a slang term. It's not the actual definition that's within a dictionary. But if you go to the Urban Dictionary online, they have somewhat what a tether is. But let's break it down even more so than that. Tether is a noun. It's actually a person or persons. A tether is an individual, often an immigrant of African or Caribbean descent. Now, they can come from any country, any continent. They can come from Asia. They can come from Europe. But they really cosplay Black American culture and Black American slang, Black American lexicon and verbiage. Now, this is whose identity and worldview remain psychologically, culturally, and politically bound to colonial or foreign systems of power that result in behavior that undermine or disrespects foundational Black Americans and our lineage-based struggle for justice. This is what they do. These are the actions, these are the words and indeeds of a tether, and this is how you defined it. Because tethers benefit from institutions and policies and freedoms that FBAs fought, bled, and died to secure, yet frequently distance themselves from the FBA lineage, even using disparaging names. We never had a name for African and Caribbean immigrants that came over here that undermined FBA justice. We didn't have a name, but they had names for us, like Akata, Jarias, Abibs. They had all these disparaging names towards us. This is what they do to disrespect us. See, they adopt white supremacist narratives and they attempt to redefine Blackness in ways that erase the descendants of American slavery. The term tether, in my framework, does not refer to race or nationality alone. It really refers to alignment. It describes anyone who consciously or unconsciously acts as a proxy for anti-FBA systems. And they do this by promoting colonial hierarchies of superiority, using FBA-built institutions like HBCUs, for fraternities, as well as sororities, as well as civil rights laws. And they use us as launch pads for personal advancements while rejecting the lineage that made them even possible to exist in this country. Supporting diversity and minority initiatives that dilute or divert resources that's meant for descendants of U.S. slavery here in America. Publicly minimizing or ridiculing FBA calls for reparations and justice or historical recognitions. Tethers may look like allies, sharing skin tone or Black identity, lexicon, verbiage, and even slang, but their loyalty lies with the system that grant them privilege through proximity to whiteness, not with the people who built the pathway they walk on. The concept of tether really originated back from the Berlin Conference, 1884 to 1885. The event that carved Africa into European colonies, creating artificial borders and colonial hierarchies. And this very process birthed a colonized mind, a population that was conditioned to equate white dominance with progress and to view self-determination as rebellion. You're self-determined, you're rebelling. And many of those psychological chains remain intact even when they came to America and around us, as well around the diaspora. Thus, the tether is not a new creation. It is the modern extension of colonial loyalty, a mindset that chooses validation over liberation, imitation over identity. A tether is not defined by where they're from, but by what they're tied to. They are a Black in color, but foreign in code, bound to a colonial worldview that serves white supremacy and suppresses foundational Black progress. So if you guys ever want to know what a tether is, those are them goddamn tethers.